भगवान श्री योगी रामसूरतकुमार की जय। योगी रामसूरतकुमार, योगी रामसूरतकुमार,
योगी रामसूरतकुमार, योगी रामसूरतकुमार,
योगी रामसूरतकुमार जय गुरु राया।
योगी रामसूरतकुमार जय गुरु राया।
योगी रामसूरतकुमार, योगी रामसूरतकुमार,
योगी रामसूरतकुमार, योगी रामसूरतकुमार,
योगी रामसूरतकुमार जय गुरु राया।
योगी रामसूरतकुमार जय गुरु राया।
राम 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 राम, राम 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 राम, राम 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 राम, राम 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 राम, योगी रामसूरतकुमार, योगी रामसूरतकुमार, योगी रामसूरतकुमार जय गुरु राया। Rama 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 Ram Rama 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 Ram Rama 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 Ram Rama 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 Ram Rama Yogi Ramsuratkumar Guru Raya, Kumare Guru Raya, Rama 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 Yogi Ramsuratkumar Yogi Ramsuratkumar Yogi Ramsuratkumar Jai Guru Raya Yogi Ramsuratkumar Yogi Ramsuratkumar Yogi Ramsuratkumar Jai Guru Raya Rama 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 Yogi Ramsuratkumar Yogi Ramsuratkumar Yogi Ramsuratkumar Jai Guru Raya Yogi Ramsuratkumar Yogi Ramsuratkumar Yogi Ramsuratkumar Jai Guru Raya Rama 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 Yogi Ramsuratkumar Yogi Ramsuratkumar Yogi Ramsuratkumar Jai Guru Raya Yogi Ramsuratkumar Yogi Ramsuratkumar Yogi Ramsuratkumar Jai Guru Raya Rama 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 Ramsuratkumar Yogi Ramsuratkumar Jaya Guru Raya Yogi Ramsuratkumar Yogi Ramsuratkumar Yogi Ramsuratkumar Jaya Guru Raya Rama 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 Ram 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 Yogi Ramsuratkumar Yogi Ramsuratkumar Yogi Ramsuratkumar Jaya Guru Raya Yogi Ramsuratkumar Yogi Ramsuratkumar Yogi Ramsuratkumar Jaya Guru Raya Suratkumar Jaya Guru Raya Rama 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 Bhagwan Shri Yogi Ramsuratkumar ki jai Sarva Yogi Ramsuratkumara Paramastu It's another day, another 24 hours from this morning, and this is another twilight. We sang in the morning twilight, and now this is evening twilight, again an auspicious time for worship. We have offered the Nama lotuses at the lotus feet of Bhagwan. Another 24 hours, starting the day for us. Now every day this happens, and the rest of the day is left to us to fill up with the Nama and Seva, the prescription of Bhagwan. Now, when we chant the name, the Nama develops prema. Nama gives prema. That is another signpost. If you are doing the Rama correctly, slowly, slowly you develop love. You develop prema. And Nama can be chanted while moving about. It can also be chanted sitting in a place. It is better to sit in a place and chant because the Nama stills the Prana. The movement of the Prana is what we call the individuality. And when we chant the Nama, as much as possible for us, let us try to keep mauna other times. Every word we utter, every talk that we make consumes a lot of precious energy which will not be available for Nama. So Bhagwan said, try and keep mauna, talk less. He always had a knack to point out our mistakes indirectly. I remember once that there were some devotees who had come in the initial stages of the ashram. And there was some environment outside, like we have the corona, the talk of the town. At that time there was some topic, and naturally we fell into talking about it. Bhagwan was sitting silently and smoking. And soon we heard some noise. We looked up. There were many parrots sitting on the electric line, and you know how they blabber. The parrots cannot keep quiet at all. They would just keep talking. So when we looked up, when we saw that, Bhagwan saw us seeing that, and then he looked at me and said, you see that? Devaki, you see? You see what the parrots are doing? They are having a conference. And I knew instantly what he meant. I felt very bad about it. And then I gestured to other people and we became quiet. And Bhagwan smiled. And that day he said, much later, that the sadhaks must talk less, especially about other people. So when you talk about this and that, about this person and that person, please know that you are spending a lot of your hard-earned, precious energy. So mauna helps. And then chanting together again. It helps a lot. So at home also, I remember in one of my satsangs, I said how a particular family which shifted to a new place began to spot a black figure now and then, and they came upon some unwanted scenes, and they were very frightened. It was a new place. Without thinking, they had shifted, and then this trouble started. So one of the devotees who used to come here very often spoke to them about Bhagwan's Nama and asked them to chant. So they began to chant together, the family, husband and wife and the children. They were doing it systematically, morning and night. And then the third day or something, a spot of light came from Bhagwan's picture, and then it went after a black figure, chased it away. Such is the glory of the Nama. So, in any household, if the elder people sit together, be able to chant even for 10 minutes together, it promotes the clearance of the atmosphere in the house, the negativities of the house, and it promotes unity among the people. So my request is every household, at least on Sundays, every Sunday make it a point to sit together with the children after cooking for the day and chant the name before Bhagwan's photo for 1 hour and then offer whatever you have cooked that day and end it up with an arati so that the children would know that one should chant the name, and the Nama has its own benefits. It clears the atmosphere, it promotes unity, and what is more, whatever prayer you put forth is fulfilled, and the children would develop faith. And this way you can keep up our culture wherever you are in the world. So Nama, when you keep moving, and the body is moving all the time, how can the mind be stilled? Ultimately, only in the still mind, the Jyotirmaya Nama can be seen, and the Nada can be heard in the Anahata. But if you are a very restless person, it doesn't matter, you keep moving. And while doing work also, or keep walking, you can chant the name and the Nama would slowly reduce the restlessness of the body. And finally, you would one day find yourself sitting in one place. Bhagwan used to say, you sit in one place, you put the body in one place, don't move. And then the mind would also sit. So, if you have to develop prema, love, unity, then we should try to keep up this mauna and try to sit in one place and chant, especially with all the members of the family every weekend, a holiday. A Nama, where there is lack of quality, we have to increase the quantity. Remembering all this, we must also do seva. And for seva, Sitaramdas Swami says, if you do seva, any work, a seva to the Guru or God, you must find joy in it. The joy that you find in doing seva to people is its own fulfillment. So in Nama chanting also, think that Nama is Amrita, Nama is a bundle of joy. And when you sing together with so many people, Nama enters through the eyes, it enters through the ears, it enters through the nose, it enters through the mouth, and it enters through every pore of the body. So with the help of Nama, Sitaramdas Swami says that Nama can be used as a rope, the japa can be the pot, and you put it, you drop it, you tie up the pot with the Nama, the rope, and then drop it into the heart where love swells, and then you draw it. You will see how the love comes like spring. So let us remember all these things. Sometime or the other will come back to our mind and they will help like fuel to the fire, and our Nama chanting will become more intense. We shall submit our today's prayer. Bhagwan has said, not a single Nama goes waste, not a single prayer goes waste. So again and again, every day we will make this prayer for whatever it is worth. Bhagwan, we beg you for your immediate divine intervention to free the humanity from the clutches of this corona and its family altogether, and bring back normalcy in all aspects of life. We beg you for the removal of all the negativities from the mind, and we beg you for protection and all-round well-being of unselfish people who are already engaged in seva, who find joy in doing seva to other people. We beg you again for a lift to the economy, and we pray intensely for unbroken remembrance of your name, incessant chanting of your name, knowing that the Nama develops prema. A Nama sharpens the brain. A Nama gets all the works done. A Nama purifies the mind. We beg you to be fine instruments in your hands so that we could run our everyday life as an offering to you. And in so doing, the seva as an instrument, please bless us with the joy of it. And ultimately, we pray for that supreme blessing for complete purification, so that we could see your living, vibrant presence everywhere, in everything and in everyone, and all the time. We also seek your blessings for that preparation of mind to be able to see only your will in every happening, only your Leela in all happenings of life. And more importantly, even in the worst, disastrous sufferings of life, your hidden grace, meant for our spiritual growth, meant for our closer kinship with God. We should be able to accept it as a definite blessing from you and be grateful to God. grateful to you for that. And Bhagwan, we beg you again for all the species of the cosmos, in whatever level of being they are, to be freed from their state of misery and be lifted to a higher plane. And finally, we beg you soulfully, again and again, to be free from the cycle of births and deaths, to live eternally in you, the eternal Supreme. Jai Yogi Ramsuratkumar.